In today's video, I'm going to share what to eat in a day for high-protein vegan recipes. Hey guys, it's Mona, and today's video is focused on high protein because I know this is a common request, especially for anyone who's trying to eat plant-based or is new to a plant-based diet. I know sometimes it's like the myth that you can't get enough protein on a vegan or plant-based diet, so I really wanted to share some great options. I've got a breakfast recipe, a lunch smoothie recipe, and a dinner recipe, so you can really mix and match these based on your specific health goals. So most of the food I got here besides the fresh produce is from Thrive Market. I love Thrive Market because it's just kind of my one-stop shop for all of my health foods that I can get the exact same brands on, but for much less than at a traditional health food store. So literally get the exact same brands, but for less money. And I also get all of my cleaning supplies. And I really love that you can search by diet and preference. So you can search by gluten-free, paleo, organic, non-GMO. You can completely filter everything out the way you want. Another cool feature that Thrive Market has now is that you can support small Black-owned brands. So you can actually search for that. And if you want to show your support to Black Lives Matter, I think that's a really great initiative that they also have. They also do a great initiative for families in need. So for every membership bought, they donate one membership to a family in need. So the way Thrive Market works is it's membership based. You can either do a month-to-month membership or you can do the whole year. I prefer the whole year because it ends up coming to $5 a month. But if you want to do month-to-month, you can pay $9.95 a month. If you guys want to try Thrive Market, I will put my link below. And with my link, you'll also get a gift valued at $24. So let's get into the recipes now. First, let's start with breakfast. And this is a simple chia seed pudding that I wanted to share. So I already have this one made from one that I made last night, but I'm going to show you exactly how to make it with the fresh ingredients. It's literally so easy. I'm sure many people watching this know how to make chia seed pudding, but for anyone who's new to health and wellness and doesn't know how, you are going to love this recipe. You basically just take chia seeds, which are a type of seed that are very high in omegas, very high in fiber, and super hydrating, and high in protein, because that is the whole point of this. So they are high in protein, so it's going to be a great plant-based source. But another good thing about them is because they're so high in fiber and because they hold so much water, they're going to keep you full for a really long time. So if you put chia seeds in water, you'll notice they kind of form like a jelly-like substance. And this is like kind of showing you what happens in your stomach. They expand in your stomach and they keep you really full. Oh, sometimes that just gets a little spillage, that's okay. So for this recipe, we are going to do 1/2 cup of chia seeds and 1 cup of plant milk. And I like using a mason jar because you can just shake it up in there. And it's also just so inexpensive to get a bunch of them on Amazon. And I'm using Malk almond milk. So basically this is the recipe. You literally just, if you have your plant milk and your chia seeds and you shake it up, that is the base of this pudding, we like to call it. And it really, as you can see, gives you this like really yummy like pudding consistency. Now from here, you can completely make it your own. I, of course, will add cinnamon, I'll add monk fruit. A lot of times I'll add dried coconut flakes on top when I'm done. So I'm gonna shake it up. Okay, make sure it's all mixed. I'll also add cacao sometimes if I want a little bit of a chocolatey flavor. You can mix fruit in there. I don't like to mix in berries, but sometimes I'll do a little bit of banana. And you literally just let it sit overnight. If you're like, let's say you want it later that day or you're in a rush, it actually does kind of work in a few hours, but easier to just do it overnight. As you can see, this is literally nothing you have to do. So one thing I like to do to add a little bit extra protein after, there's 2 tips you can do here. You can add a little bit of nut butter. So you could add a little peanut butter if you want to get higher protein, or you could add some pumpkin seeds on top. Specifically, I like pumpkin seeds because they are a higher protein seed, whereas some of them are more concentrated on fat or carbs. So in this little package or 1 serving, it has 9 grams of protein. So you're really gonna get a good serving here. So that was just kind of to show you how easy it is to make. And again, I'll just show you what it looks like. And this is it. I also like this because it's just so grab and go. It's so yummy and it's just a really easy high protein meal. So the next recipe I want to share is a smoothie recipe that can be used as a lunch replacement if you're on the go. It all depends on what you add to it. Honestly, a smoothie could be 150 calories or it could be 800 calories. It's still food that's blended into a drink. So a lot of times people mistake that too when they're drinking something, but I had to put the acai packet in here because it was starting to get really drippy, but the base of it is going to be acai. And the reason I'm choosing acai is, number one, it's just so good for you. And I know that a lot of people that are trying to focus on high protein sometimes want to watch their sugar or carb intake. So I just thought this would be a good one to add in as a replacement for so much banana. I'm just gonna put this in the sink. So we've got one acai packet that's incredible for you. We're also gonna add a little bit of Sasha Inchi butter, which I have mentioned in a previous video that I really love. And it's a little more of a unique nut butter, I guess, or nut. But the reason I like it is because it has a similar like macronutrient profile to peanut butter. Similar to peanut butter in that it's higher protein and lower carb, whereas sometimes nuts can have protein, but they also have a lot of carbohydrates too. And again, this is completely based on your personal preference, but a lot of times when you try to go high protein, like in a vegan diet, you end up with a really high carb, high fat diet. So I'm trying to kind of show you some different foods that have more of a high protein profile. So we're gonna add some of that. Another cool thing about this nut is that it's really easy on the stomach. So if you are trying to follow like a low FODMAP diet or just go really easy on your gut health, this is gonna be a great one because it doesn't irritate the stomach. I'm gonna add loads of cinnamon, not just because it regulates blood sugar, but also because it adds a lot of flavor. Next, I'm gonna add some spirulina, which is such a hidden gem in terms of vegan protein. So spirulina is so good for you. It's an algae, it's got lots of minerals and nutrients. And in 1 teaspoon, it has something around 2 grams of protein. I'm gonna pop it up right here because I don't have it memorized, but just a little bit will add protein. And I think it's a really good alternative to always having protein powders. I know I used to really like protein powder, but for some reason lately, it does not agree with me. Like I always feel very bloated after I have it. So just in this smoothie right here, we're getting like 9 grams of protein from the Sasha Inchi. We're getting 2 grams of protein from the spirulina. So that's 11 grams of protein already. You could add in a little hemp seed. I mean, the almond milk is gonna give us another 4 grams of protein. So you can add that up and see what your specific goals are. Of course, in this, you could also add a little bit of protein powder and then you'd be like really good to go, but that's totally your preference. I'm gonna do a half a banana because I don't want it to taste so much like banana. I just like a little bit of the banana flavor, and then I have a whole like bag of frozen bananas in the freezer. Actually, they're really good silicone bags. I might have shared before, but I'll link them below because they're really good for the environment. We're not using plastic and they're on Amazon. So I will link that also. And then just a little monk fruit because I like a little bit of sweetness too. So just like, you know what? Gotta be safe with monk fruit because it's really strong. Okay, I'll add my plant milk. Also, sometimes I'll do like mostly almond milk and then some water, and you'll find that you don't need all the almond milk or all the plant milk because you can actually go through it pretty fast. And if you're trying to save money there, that can be a good one. And if you wanna just, you know, watch what you're having and what you're adding in, if you're like counting your macros or whatever your specific needs are, you can also mix with water. Sometimes with spirulina or nut butter, it gets a little stuck on the sides. So I just like give it a little scrape and then reblend it and then it's done. And why not just drink it right out of here? Easy to travel with. Yum, so good. Really easy. Again, you can add more to this and make it more of a meal, but just, you know, thinking outside the box to get a little bit more protein in. And lastly, I just wanted to show you a really simple high protein salad recipe. I've got everything prepped here, but just to show you how easy it is to throw together, I've got some black beans here. I think just having like beans, whether you get them organic canned, whether you get them dry and boil them, just having them pre-made is super easy and you can eat them hot, you can eat them warm. I actually added some black beans to like an eggplant dish I baked the other day, just to like add in a little bit of protein, and it's just so easy. So in terms of having a salad, you could just really add a bunch of veggies and have black beans be your base for protein. I personally like black beans versus like kidney beans or white beans. I think they go best in salad. My favorite combination is cucumber, celery, tomato, and carrot, because I think the crunchiness kind of helps balance like beans that can be a little mushy maybe. I'm literally just gonna add this all. I don't add lettuce to a salad like this. And we're gonna add in a little celery. And I'm gonna do the big chunks of tomato at the end, but literally just a dash of olive oil, some red wine vinegar. Another really good salad, by the way, you could try is like a soybean or edamame. If you can even buy them frozen, or you can boil them yourself, but it makes a really nice base for salad too. I actually would eat that all the time in college. Also, one thing to say about salad dressing, I used to be the biggest salad dressing person. Like, I hated oil and vinegar, and I don't know what happened in the last like few years. I just started only doing oil and vinegar, and it's like literally what I prefer now. Like, I don't even really like having other salad dressings. So just another kind of tip that you can easily change your taste buds. Let's try a little bite. This is literally so good. And so easy. Just one thing in terms of eating a higher protein diet, protein is really gonna keep you fuller longer. And of course, I do think every body reacts different. Some people respond better to like a high carb diet or a high fat diet, but protein is gonna satiate you longer. It also is great for regulating your blood sugar. It doesn't spike your insulin as much as having like a highly refined carbohydrate meal. So it's good to definitely find that balance. There are really, really easy ways to do it plant-based. So I hope you like some of these recipes and incorporate them yourself. Literally forgot to add the tomatoes in. I'm gonna do that right now. And if you guys have any questions, please leave it below in the comments. Again, I will put my link to Thrive Market below so that you guys can get the gift worth $24 in value. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.